Good afternoon and welcome to the Spotlight. This is episode 6 of Puerto Vallarta's new live show featuring event organizers from our city. This is the place where we invite event organizers to come and tell us about their events because we want to get to know you better. We want to hear more details about your event that are usually available online, wherever it is that you advertise. And we just want to create great connections between us viewers and those event organizers that are out and about in our city, whether you are a restaurant, you're looking to promote your opening or maybe promote your special dishes of the week. Maybe you are a singer and you want to tell us about where you're performing and what your show is about. Maybe you are a nonprofit organizing your next fundraising event, or an art gallery wanting to promote an upcoming show. Whatever it is, we are here for you. And I see some friends from Coffee and Headlines that are here and ready to watch. Hello, Sherry. It's great to see you. Betsy Ann, it's great to see you as well. Brian says, feels like a concert and it's all about to begin. Well, we try to make it as fun as we can. Deb is checking in from LA. Will be down in Puerto Vallarta this coming miércoles or Wednesday. Maybe you will need the service of a co-working space, which is exactly what we're going to find out about today. Today, we are going to meet James, one of the new owners of the Vallarta CoWork. And since this is what we're here for, let me just go ahead and bring James onto the stage. Hello, James. How are you doing this afternoon?
Hi, Paco. I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm excited to get to talk to you. I remember when the Vallarta CoWork opened many, many years ago. I was still working at Vallarta Lifestyles as managing editor, and we went and visited the facility, and we got a great vibe from the original owners. And now, of course, it has changed hands to you guys. How did that come about?
Interestingly, Monday would be 8 years that Vallarta CoWork has been open in this space. And we've just recently gotten involved and taken over, so we're doing some changes, but really for us, it was kind of just loving the space. I've worked remotely and been here in Vallarta since 2013 and worked with some of the other CoWorks and know some of the other CoWork owners. And so when I heard that there might be some changes with Vallarta CoWork, I was super excited to get involved and check out this space.
So tell me a little bit, for those people that are not familiar with CoWorks, what goes on in a CoWork?
So a co-work space is kind of an area for those of us that work remote. I think, coming out of the pandemic, a lot more people have the ability to work from home. And if you work from home a lot, you kind of get to a point where it can be a little lonely working from home. So the co-work concept is really more than just an office space. It's a place where people can come and work and still have a little bit of communication and connection with their community and with other people that are working remotely. So with the co-work facilities, we have different levels of membership, even for daily, weekly, monthly access, so that you can come in and use the space anytime you need. We have great Wi-Fi, a nice environment. We're right on the ocean, right on the river, and have a nice atmosphere to get business done with other people that are doing the same thing.
I'm probably going to date myself, as I'm sure I'm a little older than you, or maybe a lot older. But, when I needed access to good Wi-Fi, I would go to the cyber cafe. And in Mexico, cyber cafes, or cybers as we call them, are still quite popular. What is the difference between a cyber cafe and a co-work space such as Vallarta CoWork?
Well, first off, we have a secure network, and if you're working from a coffee shop, it's not always a secure network that you're going to be using. So if you're really doing um, more confidential business tasks, not wanting to have issues there, the CoWork offers a secure network. Also, during our most business hours, we do try to keep the noise level down, whereas in a cafe, of course, you've got a lot of activity going on. So it's a little more of a professional environment than something like that, and more secure network. And for our space, it's nice and air conditioned and a comfortable place to get business done.
That is good to know, because one of the things, this may apply or not, but I'm curious about your take. One of the challenges that I'm having getting the spotlight, getting this show off the ground, is that there are a lot of event organizers out there that I've talked to, some of which are excited about being able to go online and talk about their upcoming events like you are doing right now, but they either don't have the expertise on how to go online with a webcam, or they don't have the equipment, or they don't have a good internet signal. Is this something that would be easy to accomplish at a place like Vallarta CoWork?
Absolutely, yes. We have a few different setups in the office areas, but we have also a private space, meeting room, so you can use the meeting room if you wanted to do a broadcast or something like that. I chose to sit in the main area today, just to kind of give a little bit of the background that we've got, which is really nice with the river and ocean behind us. But yes, we do have private areas. You can do calls. We have equipment. We can help you get set up with your own secured network login, and help out with any equipment that you need for doing your own broadcast or whatever you need.
Let me ask you a little bit about your origin story to Puerto Vallarta, because a lot of people love to hear those. How did you find Puerto Vallarta, and how did you choose to stay?
Oh gosh. Well, it goes back quite a while. So pour a glass of wine. I'll keep it brief. It's my first time here was in 2009, just vacationing, and always, just instantly fell in love with Puerto Vallarta. Flash forward a few years to 2013, I had the ability to work remotely, and so I revisited and decided, I'm going to book a place for a month and see how this goes. And it went really well, because I ended up signing a lease for another year and sticking around for a couple of years. So I've been kind of back and forth since 2013. And then, I just fell in love with the space here and made it work, so that I could work remotely for coming up on 11 years now.
Excellent. I see that one of our viewers, Dale, has a question. And thank you, Dale, for adding a Q at the beginning of your question, because it helps me tell it apart from just general conversations you may be having. Dale asks, do you have laptops for people to use at the CoWork? And before you answer, if anybody else has a question for James, feel free to ask any questions that you may have. Just add a capital letter Q at the beginning of your question so that we can find it in the chat later on.
Okay. So Dale, no, we don't provide laptops. We do have monitors. So if you have really any type of device, whatever laptop that you have can plug into those monitors, so it expands your space, your workspace. But we don't include or have laptops.
But That makes me ask, you must have some kind of PCs or Macs or, computing equipment that people can use. Is that not correct?
So people, you're able to, using your own computer. We do have other things. If you need print services, copy services, we have. If you're doing any type of a presentation, we have a projector. We have, you know, different equipment, but it does base on what on bringing your own physical device.
Aha. So you have to show up with your own computer or laptop or iPad or whatever in order to be able to connect.
Correct.
Okay. So tell me about your experience even before you considered investing in this co-work. Tell me about your experience looking for places to work, because there are other co-working spaces in the city. What do you look for in a place like a co-work to make you want to choose it over other spaces?
Sure. For a while, and you may have seen me around town, I definitely did the coffee shop situation where I would go and sit for 2 hours at one coffee shop and then maybe go somewhere else and have lunch and sit there. But it became, well, one, in high season, it's always a little bit more difficult to take up table space at those places. It's louder, and it's a little difficult to focus on work when you've got so much going on. So I started looking in at different coworks and know a few owners of some of those coworks, and there's great spaces that are available. I think what's unique about Vallarta CoWork is really just the location, where we're located, and just the feeling and the vibe when you're here. So we're hoping to we're doing an event this Friday just to kind of get people in. A lot of people don't know that we're here up above the bank, but it's an amazing space, and we're going to have this event on Friday to try to showcase this space and what we can do here.
Excellent. Yeah, I'm showing the image of the Banco Santander that is located right under your facility. Tell me a little bit about the Friday event. You're having an open house just to get people aware of the change. Is that correct?
Correct. Yes, we're calling it a little bit a sunset happy hour. One that's a little more outside of business hours for our people that are working here during the day, and it's a really nice time to be in the space because we're on the ocean is just a few steps away. The Malecon's just a few steps away, and so it makes a really nice time to visit the co-work space. So we're going to have some refreshments and invite some people over to check it out, and yeah, bring a little acknowledgement to the space.
That's wonderful. I know, because I've read it elsewhere, that the Vallarta CoWork is going to be leasing office space for a new nonprofit organization. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Yes, we do have a large section on the front of the building that we're working with. I believe it's the new VGCC for them to occupy that space. They're actually here doing construction, getting ready for them to open in that space. So we're excited to have them. I think it also is another way that people kind of get to enjoy and use this space more.
And for people that don't know what VGCC stands for, it stands for?
It is I don't want to mess this up. Let's see.
Neither did I, so I was hoping that you would know it.
Yeah. No, I think I've got it right. It's the Vallarta Gay Community Center.
Uh-huh. And I know that a lot of people have been looking forward to the development of that organization. Is that the extent of the office space that you have available for rent, or could other organizations reach out to you? Are you looking for other tenants at this point?
We have a couple more opportunities for some private offices. That was more of an executive suite. It's larger, so we don't have a whole lot more, but we do have some room for private office spaces. So if anyone is interested in a monthly private office, we do have that, and then we still have capacity for, you know, over 20 desk setups in our main area.
Let me ask you a question, because I think we tend to associate um, co-work spaces with digital nomads. And yet I know that on my personal experience, there have been times in which, for whatever reason, I don't want to be working from home, but I'm not a digital nomad. Can you comment a little further on how Vallarta CoWork addresses needs that people living here in Puerto Vallarta may have?
Sure.
And I mean specifically people that are not digital nomads.
Sure, absolutely. I mean, yes, we do have digital nomads that use the space. We hope to host, you know, more digital nomad events and have and attract more digital nomads to the cowork. However, you know, it doesn't have to be just digital nomads that use the space. One of the things that's really nice, if you live here, you may not need the space all the time. We do offer, you know, daily passes. So if you just needed to come in for the afternoon, you've got one call that, you know, you need to handle that's going to be an hour or two. You could rent the private meeting room for a couple of hours. You could come in. Sometimes, you know, my place is in Cinco de Diciembre and my neighbors have roosters. And sometimes I just need a break from the roosters. So that's when I would come down to the cowork and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to work here for the day, just to get a little break. Got some calls to make and need to make sure it's a quiet experience.
I don't know if you noticed earlier when we were doing the setup or the tech connection to make sure that your broadcast was going to be smooth. Out of my window, there was some construction going on, and it got a little loud. But yeah, that tends to happen sometimes, and I get roosters as well. So I hear you on that. There is another question
Absolutely.
here. This one comes from Chrissy Frederick. Are there private spaces for those who do a lot of phone work?
We do. We have a space that we call the phone booth, which is a more private area. Those are first come, first serve. So it's kind of hey, I've got a phone call coming up. I'm going to step over into the phone booth, take the call. So we do have that. In addition to the private meeting room can also be used for that if it's a scheduled call, something, you know, that's coming up and you want to make sure you've got the space. We have that available. But most of the time, if you just need to duck away and take a call, there's a space for that.
Excellent. Are we missing anything? Can you tell me more details about the event that's going to happen on Friday? Why should I not miss it? Why should people absolutely be there?
So Friday, it's starting at 6 p.m. We'll just have, it's, you know, a great chance to come into the space, check it out, meet some other people. I think that's one of the big things we're hoping to do with at Vallarta CoWork is create more community. Again, as a work from home person, it sometimes that interaction is missing. So I think come by on Friday. We'll have cocktails and refreshments and a beautiful sunset, and maybe get to meet some new people. And yeah.
Excellent. Do you have any questions for me?
I Don't think so. I know we do have we were going to do a little giveaway.
Uh-huh. I just want to make sure that we have given you all the opportunity to connect with the viewers. I'm very grateful for your time. And you are correct. When you filled out your registration form, you indicated that you have a giveaway. The way this works for people that have not participated in a giveaway here, what we do is we come up with a hashtag or a keyword that you can type on your comment if you want to be eligible to win the giveaway. And today's giveaway word, I figured you guys have a whale in your logo. So, or what looks like a whale to me. So, how about we use the word whale as the magic word to be eligible for the giveaway? Whoever is watching and wishes to get a giveaway or receive a giveaway from the Vallarta CoWork, just write the word whale in your comment. And why don't you tell us about what you have planned to give away?
Yes, so we are basically giving away free access time, free membership for a week to the CoWork space here. So you can have access to the space anytime that you want for a week.
Excellent. That is a very generous giveaway. There's a question here. Will the prize be available to use in November?
Sure, absolutely.
And that is a valid question because we have a lot of people that watch from the United States and Canada and other places, and of course they're planning on their return. So I think that is a great question. We also have a comment from Albert, and oh no, actually that's the comment that I was looking for was the original one from Jerome. I went there recently to print copies and scan documents, and it was excellent. That's what Jerome Davis had to say. And then Albert commented, "Good info, thanks. I occasionally need that kind of resource." What other kinds of services are available at the CoWork that I may not have thought about?
We are very new in the space, so we've got a lot of ideas, and so I think that we've got a lot to come. Though it maybe is a little too soon to talk about some of them, but right now we're just starting, and we're hoping to do more events like on Saturday, or on Friday night. Even working with like a local influencer to do some events on weekends. Oh, that's the other thing. Another great reason to check out the space on Friday. You can rent the space for your own private event on weekends, nights and weekends. So right now, the CoWork office hours are what we're operating. But we do also have nights and weekends where if you wanted to use the space, it's a beautiful space, can hold a lot of people. Then there's some opportunities for that. There's some info on our website about it. So that's another thing that we're doing. And like I say, I think down the road, you'll see a lot more changes happening and a lot more additions to what we can offer here at Vallarta CoWork.
Excellent. I am showing the website on the screen for people to know it. I went and looked at it. It looks beautiful. Of course, I'm presently going through a nightmare because I've come to realize that it's time for me to redesign my own website. So I will be busy for the next few weeks. And I think that has given us enough time to gather whales. So let me put this on the screen. Our magic word for today is whale. And I'm going to start collecting comments. And I see that we have 5 people that entered the magic word. This is for 1 week of access. 6 people. Excellent. So let me go ahead and do the drawing. And today's giveaway, drum roll, goes to Christy Frederick. Excellent. Christy is the one person that was asking for access in November. So Christy, you are the winner of
Awesome.
today's giveaway. That is awesome. I know Christy very well, and I can get her in touch with you, but I'm sure that Christy will find you directly. Um, Tell me, last but not least, about your experience. Whoa, I'm sorry, I kicked you out for a second. Didn't mean to. Uh, Tell me about your experience here today during this interview. Would you recommend the spotlight to other people that are organizing events?
Absolutely. I
And
mean,
you have to be nice.
no, absolutely. I will say I am not a in front of the computer person. I am a behind the computer data person. So thank you for making me feel comfortable and being able to highlight the event that we have coming up this week and the business that we've just started. And yeah, I absolutely would recommend it.
I very much appreciate that, James, particularly keeping in mind that I hear from a lot of people that they are camera shy. But, looking at it from the other side, from the point of the viewer or the spectator, those of us that are here are looking forward to meeting people like you and event organizers and learning more about the events than is usually conveyed on the Facebook post or the Facebook event and whatnot. I am very grateful for everything that you've shared with us today. I wish you much success with this new venture, and I wish you a successful event on Friday. And of course, James, the door is always open here at the Spotlight. If you come up with any kind of special event and we can help amplify your message, it's not one of those deals in which you come in as a guest once and that's it. You're welcome to come back whenever you would like.
Okay, great. That's
Excellent. Well, this wraps up today's. Don't go anywhere, James. I'll be right back with you. This wraps up today's broadcast for anybody that is watching. And if you are curious about how to get on the spotlight to tell us about your event, you just saw how it works. And I hope that more and more event organizers will continue to join us in future editions of the Spotlight. This is it, and I hope to see you again soon.